For 55, we'll look at a couple of them. This was a long time ago, and we were not, I'm not saying just you guys, like algebra students in general are typically not very good at completing the square because it's kind of difficult and we don't use it a whole lot. So it's not totally your guys' fault, but it is something that's tricky and that we need to know because it will come up again at the end of geometry. There'll be a little complete the square stuff at the end of geometry. And then also sometimes on the ACT or the SAT or that kind of stuff, they like to throw a complete the square question on there once in a while. Fun fact, there was a student at Ludington, before I went to Ludington, he had a perfect score on his SAT besides one question. Guess? Complete the square question. Yep. So, in other words, if you know how to complete the square, you are smarter than the kid that got almost a perfect score. Oh. Well, there might be something there. Anyway, if we're completing the square, when we look at our trinomials, right, we have something like ax squared plus bx plus c, right? That's like the form of things that we like to then factor, right? Then we get our two sets of parentheses, and we like to factor that. Now, when we complete the square, we have an equation here. And what term are we missing on the end? Yeah, we're missing the c. So when we complete the square, we pretty much introduce and bring in the c value. Yes, it is. We take the value of b over 2, and we do what to it? We square it. Nice job. So our b value is -4 over 2 squared would be -4 divided by 2 is -2. -2 squared is 4. So that means we're taking x squared minus 4x, and we are adding 4. And then if we add 4 to this side, what do we need to do to the other side?
Add 4 to the other side.
Yep, add 4. Good. Now, we looked at some other types of rules with completing the square. Well, we could minus 14, right? But what would that give us all over again? Right? If we might, like, usually if I didn't tell you to complete the square with this, what would you do to solve this in the yellow? Yeah, you subtract 10, get a set equal to 0, and you would factor. It'd be super easy. But since you need to know how to complete the square, I'm saying complete the square to solve. So we need to find our c value. Now if we subtract the 14 over here, wouldn't that just be the same thing as minusing the 10? So we can't solve this by completing this by subtracting the 14. How do we talk about solving this? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah,
Put it into what? Yes. Which, what is this the same thing as? Now, in the section right above complete the square, you would have started by solving problems like this. How do we solve problems like this? What's our first step? We square root both sides. And then do what? Now, square root of 14 will be some messy decimal. So we don't need to worry about that. Now, what am I forgetting in front of my square root of 14? What did I forget right here? Was our plus and minus. Because remember, when we have x squared, two different answers that can make this true. You want to look at the next one too? We are completing the square. This is the next one on your... Oh, I just did part of your exam review for you. So we take the b value over 2 and square it. Negative 5 squared is 25. X squared minus 10x plus 25 equals 11 plus 25. Bless you. X minus 5 equals 36. Square root both sides. Yeah, this one will be a lot nicer. Plus 5 to both sides, x equals 11, x equals negative 1. Yeah. Oh, up like this. You guys remember talking about that? Does it seem easier now than when we did it a couple weeks ago? Or is it like totally forgot? Not easy. You guys remembered parts of it. Good? Yeah? Oh, you could have been.
I understand it, but
Okay.
I think that was the too.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. There was times where it was just me, Leighton, Skylar, and Tad, I think.
I haven't seen Tad forever.
Yeah.
I thought I saw
Hopefully
him
Tad's
forever.
listening to this video, right, Tad? Right.